Hi, everybody. It is Kymberly Smith, the Purpose Catalyst. And so tonight, welcome to another live podcast recording. And I have like an abundance of special guests tonight. I am so excited. So listen, if you have not heard the Purpose, Power, and Profit Society, it's all about helping women identify their purpose, transform their pain into power, and activate your genius so that you can earn some revenue. So listen, tonight with me, I have the Women of Substance anthology headed up by Star Holmes-Word, right? Yes, the lady. Yes. So I wanted them to come on tonight because I think that it is awesome. One, I want your definition of a woman of substance. Number two, you have an abundance of women in an anthology, which means that you have to build a relationship. And so I would love to talk about that and how you derived at your stories. So I am going to turn it over to Star Holmes, who is the Woman of Substance anthology visionary author. So this is her brainchild, and she was able to gather all of these beautiful women to come and share their stories. So Star, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
All right. So first off, Kymberly, thank you so much for having the Women of Substance on so that we can talk about the anthology. I'm so excited to be here and sitting totally in a place of gratitude to you. Thank you so much. So first question, you had 3 questions for me. So the first one that you asked, I'll get to that in just a second. But first off, I will tell you, my name is Star Holmes-Word. I am out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. And I am someone who parlayed into coaching, speaking, and writing over a year ago after being a domestic violence and sexual assault advocate for almost 8 years, and just did so much in that community. But then when we moved to Nashville, because my husband is from the Nashville area, I found out that the funding was very dry in this area. So I wondered, what would I do? I was pushed by the Spirit of God, I say, to attend a conference called Epicon 17. And when I entered into the room at Epicon, I write about this a little bit in my book, I really knew right then and there that God was doing something different with my life. God had taken me to a different level. I was now entering into a different place in my life. Literally, I understood that by the Spirit. So exciting as that was, I was scared to death, to be real honest with you and transparent. I didn't know anyone there. I had flew to Dallas. First off, you all, I had to do a GoFundMe to even get there, something I thought I would never do, right? So God is so good in how he sets us up for our next, if we are obedient, okay? So let me just first say that. Now, once I entered into the world of coaching, speaking, writing, and began to make collaborations and relationship building and all of these things, I had several people that were asking me to be a part of an anthology. I had never written. And so I was like, well, no, thank you. I didn't feel any real need to do it. And I was really trying to figure out the coaching world and all of those things. So I said, no. Well, I was in my living room one day, and I remember it hit me dead in my heart, the words, "We are women of substance." And I almost did like a double take, like, huh, God? And I was like, we are women of substance. Oh, wait, Lord. I mean, I'm literally standing there. Y'all would have thought I was crazy. I was talking to myself, but I wasn't. I was talking to the Lord. And I said, we are women of substance. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. And I knew that meant for me to lead an anthology, which was so far, removed from my thoughts, period, that I understood that God was saying to me, you will lead this anthology. And this is the name of the anthology. We are women of substance. And from that moment on, I said my yes. And I began to say, okay, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, then I'm going to need you to guide me in this process that I have never gone through. And so he did. He helped me. He helped all of the women that had become a part of this project. To me, have been an absolute divine connection to this project, just a godsend to the project, really. And secondly, we built a team of professionals because, as I stated earlier, I had never written. So this is my inaugural project. And as excited as I am about that, I didn't know what to do, to be honest with you. So I went and hired some of the best in the business. You know how it goes. So we have Miss Tamika Sears and we have Miss Allison Arnett on our team. And I couldn't be more proud of working with those ladies on this project, as well as the other 8 co-authors. And we also have Miss Toni Moore, Esquire, who has done the foreword for us. And so I'm just really blessed, grateful, and just really sitting in a place of gratitude about the entire project.
That is so amazing. So
Yes.
Give us the definition. Who is and what is a woman of substance? What does it look like?
Absolutely. So as I was, pondering on that thought, really, what is a woman of substance? I had to look inwardly, right? So I had to look at myself, and I really had to examine who I am and why I think that I have arrived to be able to call myself a woman of substance. So I began to go over things in my life and things that I've been through, decisions that I've made, the good ones and the bad ones. And so to me, a woman of substance is all of those things. Those of us who have either went the path that took them directly where they needed to go, that's a woman of substance. God bless you. That wasn't me. I'm a woman of substance because of my own path that I, went down, and there were some bumps in the road. You know what I mean? There were some jogs around the block. And so there were all kinds of things that had happened in my life and decisions that I made that I'm not necessarily proud of some of those decisions. But what I am proud of is that I come to a point in my life where I realized that I wanted to become more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to be greater. I had become a mother, and I wanted my children to see better of me. And so I made the decision to do better in my life. And so through all of the pain, the hurts, the doubt, the fears, all of that stuff, I grabbed all of that stuff and said, well, this is who I am, but I am also something else. I will also birth myself out of that pain, hurt, disappointments, and I will become great at who I'm supposed to be. And that's a woman of substance, giving light and positivity to this world.
I absolutely love it. It aligns so well with, what it is that I do in it, and really the brand vision of the Purpose, Power, and Profit Society, because it's all about making sure that we transform that pain and cause it to be our superpower. So we're not living in past traumas and trying to grow there, build a house there, reside there. Really absolutely. So that is one of the things that I absolutely love about your anthology. Why don't you introduce us to one of your other authors tonight?
I will. So I'm not sure who has to jump off first. Does anybody need to jump off quickly? And if that's the one, I'll introduce you first if you want. If not, without further ado, we'll go ahead and introduce Ms. Chandra Nicole Gore, who has that huge smile on her face. Mm-hmm. And she's one of the co-authors in We Are Women of Substance. So Sandra, tell us a little bit about you, because she's pretty exciting.
Hi, everyone. I am Chandra Nicole Gore. I am currently a Master Sergeant in the United States Army. I'm also the CEO of Lens of Faith Photography, and I am also the CEO of Lens of Faith Speaks, which is a speaking platform coming to you really, really soon. I'm also an author, and I am blessed by the best and highly favored.
Oh, number one, she got me when she said she was a Master Sergeant.
Yeah.
I mean, I was done. I was like, wait, Master Sergeant. And then she went on to say that she has a photography company. Then she goes on to say that she's a speaker. I mean, ma'am, do you have any time for anything else?
My children and my husband.
Oh my God, wait, and she's a wife and mother. Yes. So how many hours a day are you spending trying to sleep and settle down from all this goodness you have going on?
Well, I'm pretty busy. I'm currently stationed in Augusta, Georgia, so I'm away from my family, who's in Lithia, Florida, Monday through Friday. So I spend most of my time with my children and my husband on the weekend, and I am pushing myself. Purpose path pushing is exactly what I'm doing, and I'm pushing myself through the grace of God to get to my destiny. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm walking in my purpose because things are starting to happen and transpire for me that I had no idea would actually happen to me at all.
That is so amazing. Now, what prompted you to get involved with the Women of Substance anthology?
Well, when I heard Star say we are women of substance, I was like, oh my God, such a powerful title. And then I took a look at myself, my inner soul, and I said, you know what? I've been through some things. Yeah. I made some mistakes. Yeah. I've corrected those mistakes. I've asked God to help me and assist me through everything that I went through. Those were trials and tribulations. We all have them. Nobody is perfect. Because I wear those stripes, I know by the grace of God, He will take me higher and higher as long as I'm walking in my purpose. Exactly what God put me on the face of this earth to do, I'm doing just that. It may have taken me 30 some odd years to get there, but hey, it's never too late.
So tell us a little bit about your story. I don't want you to give it away because I want people to support the book. But tell us a little bit about what resonated with you about the Woman of Substance piece. Give us a little glimpse into Chandra.
So, I got to tell you, I was going through a little bit of turmoil in my life. Didn't know where I was going, what I wanted to do. Promiscuous as a young teenage woman, turning into a young woman, and just making my transition through life. And things were tough. And, you know, there was this, there was that. And I was somewhere in the middle. Didn't really know where I wanted to be or who I really was. But I knew I had some talent. What that talent was, I couldn't really hit the mark yet. I was throwing darts, but they were going all over the place. But you know what? God gave me a child, my firstborn son, and that allowed me to zone in on my target of being a mother. Being a mother has truly allowed me to realize the woman that God created me to be. To know that I can nurture, that I can love, that I can give affection. And that was all the things that I craved from men. All the men that came into my life through my tumultuous seasons is what I was craving, you know, but it wasn't necessarily what I needed. And when God gave me my first child, I knew it right then and there. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to love, nurture, show affection. And if I give that, just as God say, whatever you sow, you'll get it in return. So as I learned to sow great seeds of love and affection and joy, that's what I started reaping.
Oh, that's good. Like, okay, so we already know her section is it's a wrap, right? Like, are you we're gonna be crying, then we're gonna be with the tissues, like, okay,
right?
Like, I'm gonna get it together. So that's what this is about, right? So she's gonna have you in the floor just weeping. Is that what this is? Star, you can't do this to the people.
Girl, you gonna cry more than once. That's all I got to say. And then you gonna laugh, and then you gonna go through a gamut of emotions. Believe that.
Okay, we're gonna run the gamut. Okay. All right, Chandra, thank you for coming in tonight. We are grateful to have you. I'm so excited about you joining the live podcast tonight. And then, Star, I know you have a couple of other ladies that are about to rock out with us tonight. So why don't you your next?
All right. So next, I would like to introduce to some of you my very own sister, Miss Spring C. Jackson, who partnered with us as a co-author in We Are Women of Substance. So Spring, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I do. Thank you for having me on this evening. My name is Spring Chanel Jackson, since you said the C in there. And I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So I am a mother. I am a child advocate. I call myself a life care provider because I have done so many things with children, child care, foster care, and currently working on a nonprofit for foster care children. And so I also am... So that I'm the CEO of Abundant Life Care. That's the name of the company that I'll be starting. And so I also am starting up and branding myself as an author, a writer, and possibly a speaker. Now, speaking is something that is not very comfortable for me, but I am branching out of that fearful place. I am over being fearful about quite a few things in my life, and so I am really excited to be on the anthology project because it has given a voice to my story, which is one of the reasons why I stayed so fearful so long. But now I'm telling my story and breaking out of that, and so I'm just really excited to be on this project.
Oh, this is so good. So Spring, see, she said she didn't want to be a speaker, but in her voice, it sounds like she has a whole story to tell. Am I wrong?
Come on now.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying what I can hear that's already in her. So, I mean, you might as well go ahead and get her ready to start speaking with this book.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm on it.
Okay. So listen, Spring, we are grateful you're here with us tonight, but we want to hear snapshot. Give me like a good couple of minutes of what your section of the anthology is about. But don't give it all to us. Make the people like cringe. Like you want them to cringe and then say, I gotta get it.
Okay. I gotta get the book. Okay. So so a little bit about my story. I was a young lady working as a cocktail waitress at a local bar. And so I have had ups and downs, ins and outs around about the time frame that the storyline that I tell in the book. And so I'm a young 20, like middle 20s, kind of still that hard-headed, think I know it all, think I got it together. I had one daughter, and then I met a gentleman, and so we had this summertime, what will I call it? We had a summertime love affair, and it created quite the storyline. I made some decisions, not so great decisions, but made a very big decision that pretty much changed the course of my life. And so that the whole description of that story, I kind of got really as detailed as I could, and I made it kind of fun and kind of funny, a little lighthearted, but the actual pain that came from that story, or from me being able to tell the story now, is what is literally releasing the rest of the person in me that God has called me to be. And like you said, there is a speaker in me. I have always been somewhat of a writer. I wrote when I was little. I used to write poetry and all kinds of, short stories and stuff like that. But there is a speaker in me. There is a voice in here. And so through this book, I have gotten a chance to give my story a voice. So.
See,
Amazing.
Was she not? Let me tell you what she did for me. This doggone Spring then took me to the cliff of her story and said, but wait, I need you to get the book. She didn't.
My sister is such a writer. I am not going to lie.
I mean,
my sister is the writer for real.
Like, that was so good. Wait, are you
Wasn't
two
that
blood
good?
sisters?
Yeah.
You two are blood sisters?
Yes.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes. And we didn't talk about it through the writing of the anthology. I didn't announce it until close to the end of the anthology because I didn't want anybody thinking about that. I wanted everybody to focus on their project. And so we just now kind of releasing that we're actual blood sisters. Yes.
I love this. Oh, this is so good. And I love the fact that you have two totally different stories to share.
We do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So good.
Which is going to be so funny because I have yet to get the manual in my hand. I'm waiting for the manuscript in my hand. I'm waiting for it currently. It'll be in my hand next week. And so to see the parallel of the stories between the sisters, oh my God, y'all. It's going to be crazy.
It's probably going to be really good.
It is such a movie. So when is this going to be on Lifetime again?
Soon and very soon.
Speaking into the existence.
When is this?
Soon and very soon.
That was, I mean, that is hilarious to me. I love it. Hey, Elisa. Listen, we have the Women of Substance on the Purpose, Power, and Profit Society tonight, and they are sharing snippets of their stories because you need to go and grab this book. Like, we just found out that Star and Springer Sisters, there's parallel stories. Springton gave us the cliffhanger of all time. It was like Dallas and not Springton.
Right?
Yes, yes. I love it.
No, is there a JR? Are we trying to figure out? Like, that's it. Like, we went old school sitcom. Everything.
It's the Southern JR.
Yes!
It's the South JR. Well, JR for what's from the South.
Oh my God, that was so good. I loved it. Now, Star, we have one other author with us tonight.
We do.
And I want you to introduce her to the audience.
All right. So I want to introduce to you all my good friend who said yes to the project. We all three who are on here currently, Spring, her name is Alicia Hahn, and I know each other from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I spent some time in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I actually talk about that a lot in the book. Miss Alicia Hahn is going to grace us with her presence at this time. Tell us a little bit about you, Alicia, and why you said yes to this project.
Oh, hi, Spring.
Hi. Hey, girl. Hey.
I said yes to this project because Star's my friend.
Bless your heart.
It's just that simple.
Really, she was like, so I need you to write in this book and you got something to say, so get ready. And I was like, okay.
So what's funny about that, what Alicia just said, is that I have personally seen the greatness in Alicia for many of years now.
Absolutely.
And Alicia's very quiet about the greatness that is in her. Mm-hmm. But I promise you, when it arrives and shows up, it's going to be phenomenal when she sits in it the way that God is going to bless her to be able to talk about her greatness. And I always tell her she's one of my friends who do the work. Those of us women know what we mean when we say you do the work. You know, it's the inner step. No matter what, you still do it. Even though it's difficult, you face your stuff. That's Alicia Hahn. So you didn't tell about yourself, but I told a little bit.
So, let's see. I have a bachelor's in social work. My heart is for families and children, lifting up women, restoring families. I raised all three of my children as a single mother. And so I think that in this day and age, we get this subconscious or subliminal message that we can't do it, or that our children will be deficient of certain things because they're in a single parent home. And I just think that's a lie from hell. And that's where my heart is. And so that's where I'm going, I think. I don't know. I just got fired from my job. I mean, I'm just going to keep it 100 and transparent. I literally don't know what the Lord's doing right now. I'm just kind of going. And for the first time, I've been in Texas for, 18? So I've been here for 4 years. This is the first time in 4 years I've had peace. And I ain't got no job. So I don't know what's going on.
Can we just talk about the power in that statement?
Okay.
About how she doesn't know what's going on, but she still has a peace that God is working something out for her. That she doesn't know what the end of the story looks like, but in this moment of transition, she still finds peace. That is one of the most and absolute powerful testaments to faith, which is crucial. One, it's crucial when you tell your story because you have to believe that you putting it out there is going to, help someone else, that you know that this trauma, this pain wasn't for naught, that someone is going to be able to glean from the lessons you learn so that they may not necessarily have to make the same decisions, but that you're able to lead them through this visual story. So I love the fact, one, that you're here because that is tenacity at its best. You could have said, listen, I'm not going to do this. I need some revenue generating type of activity going on tonight. And so the fact that you joined us and you pushed through means everything. So that in itself, like you being on here, you telling this story is a testament to your journey. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm excited for what you said about faith, because when I think back to when like Star and Spring and I were all going to church together, I used to walk in like absolute blind faith, and people used to think I was nuts. I'd be like, nope, the Lord said I'm going to do da 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 da, and they'd be like, but did you go check this out? It doesn't matter, the Lord said. And when I moved, the different things that I went through in that transition, I went through a season where I had no faith. And so I'm almost positive that that's where my peace is right now, because the Lord is going to walk me back through till I'm in that space again, and that gifting where it's just like, no, thus saith the Lord, let's go. And so I'm glad you said that, because that just brought that up for me.
Okay, so I mean, am I the only one sitting here with chills?
Yay, girl, just excited.
I mean, I'm sick of her already. I don't even want her to tell the rest of her story.
Girl, when I tell you.
I don't even want to hear it, because I don't know.
Lisa over there crying too. Y'all don't be having me on Facebook and stuff crying.
The whole time.
I love it.
Alicia, give us a synopsis of your story in the anthology. Now, listen, you got to do like Spring. You got to take us to the cliff, but don't let us jump off just yet, because we got to get this book.
I don't know if there's really a cliff. Mine is really a heartfelt letter to my children.
Oh.
Just a little tidbit of my life story. I was pregnant with my daughter at 17, had her at 18, was a high school dropout. Was a young thug. Like all my friends, they were boys. I was in the streets. Like it's God's. I thought about a. Let's just go deep for a second. I thought about a cop in Illinois when I was 17 years old, before I had found out that I was pregnant. And I wouldn't know this man if he walked past me, but this brother was tall. He looked like a giant. And I remember he had this deep ebony skin, and he just kind of hovered over me. And I remember he said, "What is an angel like you doing with these knuckleheads?" And so when I think about all the things, I mean, I have done things that could have landed me in prison. And
me
so
too.
After that trip, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And so I'll just tell you that the title of my chapter is My Children Saved My Life.
Mm. And
I have 3 beautiful children, a girl and 2 boys. They're 20, 17, and 13. And they saved my life. And so it's just a love letter to them, really, of what they taught me about myself and God's grace on my life. And they are the living proof that God's grace is on my life.
Oh, see, I wasn't ready for this, because now I feel my eyes wet. Like, stop. No,
Are you over here crying too? For real? Y'all all gonna cry on me today.
I'm trying to hold him up there. I'm trying.
Oh my God. This is great.
I wasn't ready at all. Why would you do this?
I love my co-authors. I tell you, I am not kidding you. I love my co-authors.
Oh,
my co-authors. And we're not done. Can I just say this? How blessed this book project really is, and we haven't even seen the magnitude. And I don't say this in a boastful way. When I tell you that God is blessing this as a movement, and how he's showing us that it's a movement rather than just a book, is because people are literally knocking on our door saying, we heard about the We Are Women of Substance Project. Are you all coming to our town? And like literally we're booking places to go speak, and we don't even have the book yet. Come on, Jesus.
Already.
Come on, Jesus.
Are you telling me that you have like a whole conference already? And
girl, don't you know we have things in the works already?
I can't. I'm done. It's a wrap.
Spring, stop crying.
I
wasn't crying. I was just.
Really, we do. We have some big things in the works, and we're really excited about where this is going. You know, the T-shirt, the movement, to just come in to talk to people and be real.
Yes.
I think people need that. You know what I'm saying? I think people are just tired of the fake, And can we just come and have a conversation like on some real type of, girl, look, this is what happened to me.
God, yes.
I threw some bricks at the penitentiary too, boo. Okay?
I was building my own. I was building me a room.
You know what I mean? But for the grace of God, there go I. For real. I'm supposed to have been dead a long time ago, you know, and I realized that all the situations I put myself in, the grace of God has been so abundant on my life, but I got to tell the truth. I got to tell the truth about from whence I came.
Amen.
The common thread between the stories that we heard tonight sounds like it is a testament to the grace and the mercy of God on your life.
Yes.
My God.
Yes. Yes, that right there.
What seemed like it really kind of should kill other people.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Did you all read your stories afterwards? And what were your thoughts like after you read your story?
Can I say that I did my story in exhaustion? So I do a 4 a.m. paper route, and then I was going to my job that I just got terminated from. And so I wrote the book in pieces, and I wrote the book like exhausted. Like I don't remember writing. Like I would go back and read a couple paragraphs and like, oh, that's where I left off. Okay, let me keep going. And so when I sent my final draft to Tanika, I was like, girl, I don't know if it's flowing. You're gonna have to proofread and let me know if I need to but I'll tell you this and then let somebody else talk. I gave it to a guy at work that I'm really cool with, and he read it, and he came into my classroom the next day and said, you know, I got a woman, but I need to give you a hug. This is amazing. And he's like, I'm not going to lie. I'm a grown man and I got teary-eyed. And he was like, this is going to absolutely change somebody's life.
I'm so glad that you said that. So listen, let's be serious about this. The book is called Women of Substance, but Star, would you not agree that this could be a great gift for, you know, men to give to the women in their lives, or even men to read, period?
Absolutely. If you want an insight of some sisters being real about their life, their thoughts, you know, where they've gone, the road that we have traveled, read the book. Read the book. If you want to, you know, help a young woman who might be getting ready to go down a really bad road, and you want to say, look, boo, let me give you something that might be able to change your thoughts about making that decision right there. Give her the book. You know what I mean? If you know a woman who might be homeless on the street and needs some encouragement, give them the book.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is good. This is good. So, Spring, what happened after you read your story over again? Did you read it just to make sure it was cohesive and that, you know, it gave the gist of your life, or at least a portion of your life?
I absolutely did. I read it a few times, actually, because I'm a writer and kind of a little bit of a perfectionist. So I'm trying to break myself off of that too. I'm working on me now. And so I definitely read it over again. Okay, so it took me 2 days to write mine because I procrastinated until a couple days before it was due. And so I got it done pretty quickly, which was crazy because well, I'm just a writer. So it took me a minute to wrap my head around what a woman of substance really is. Because as women, we just kind of smile to keep from crying, keep going in the face of adversity. We just wear a mask, put on the smile, and keep it moving. Mothers, wives, women who just, we just do what we have to do and we keep moving. And so I never really wrapped my mind around what a woman of substance really was. So it took me a while to get there. And so once I figured out what it was I was supposed to be explaining, I really dug deep into what a woman of substance is. And so I am a woman of substance. I mean, I remember myself, okay, I got this. And so I wrote it and I wept. Now, I sat in the library and wrote mine. So I really think everybody in the library thought I was crazy, going through something, falling apart, something. So, because I literally had to put it up the first day, I couldn't do it no more. I left. And then the second day I got through it. And as I read it again, I said to myself, this is like Alicia going to touch someone. I always think if I can just touch at least one person with my story, it would be, it makes it all worth it. Mm-hmm. But yes, reading it again, I could tell that, well, first of all, I got it off my chest and I was brave enough to tell it, and it shall touch the lives of other people. It should be, a good testament to what other women may have went through.
I am absolutely grateful to have you ladies on the Purpose.Power.Profit Society podcast. Like, this is amazing. One of the things that you mentioned, Spring, was even just being courageous enough to tell your story. And I think that's where, and Star said it earlier, that's where we need to be. Like, we need to get to the point, because we can't really help anyone else until we heal from what we've been through.
Right. And
we get to the fact that we can share it. So thank you for being willing to share.
Ironically, the name of my chapter is Courageous. God just gave it to me. And I thought, really, God? That's kind of not what that was about in my mind. But that's the name of my chapter.
Oh, my God. I think that is so amazing. And that's what it is. Like, it was straight courage. Like, I can tell that you are pretty timid, but at the same time, being
a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. Listen, you go tell that story, okay? You tell that story. Chandra, how did you feel after you read your story?
I felt like I should have told it before now, because it has been inside of me. It was almost like it was ready to be written years ago, and I've been procrastinating.
That's good. That's good. So now that you've written it and you feel ready to share, how do you feel about it coming out to the world?
I feel actually liberated, because, we kind of hold back our story because we don't know how other people are going to feel. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, or, we just feel some type of way about what we got to say. And we're just trying to tread through the waters and let life be okay. But guess what? There's glory in our story. And there's somebody that needs to hear what we got to say.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good. That is so good.
Yeah.
So before you all leave, I just want to say thank you again. But Star, I want you to tell people how they can get on the pre-order list or whatever you have going on. How can people get into this Women of Substance anthology?
I appreciate you so much, Kymberly, for having us. It's been a blast. Thank you all, co-authors. Y'all know I got love for y'all, so I appreciate you coming on. And thank you all, Facebook, for joining us. Again, my name is Star Holmes-Word, and I live in the Nashville, Tennessee area. You can connect with We Are Women of Substance at our website, wearewomenofsubstance.com. You can please purchase the T-shirt. Spring, show your T-shirt so that you can be a part of the movement, too. Yes. You are a woman of substance. We want women to say this out loud. You hear me? We're not going to be quiet. We are going to say this out loud and continue to say this. No matter what we've been through, no matter the decisions that we made that were bad decisions, guess what? You're still on the side of the living. You can change your life and you can still walk in your greatness and live out your best days yet. I do have a book on Facebook. I have a group on Facebook that is called Purpose Path 365. And I have to shout them out because a lot of the women that are in the book are ambassadors in my group on Facebook, and Chandra and Spring both are ambassadors. And let me tell you, I love these women. They have surrounded me with love, positivity, pull my coattail when, excuse me, miss, what you doing over there? I just love it. Can we just be real sisters for real and talk right to each other with love? I love it. So I thank God for where my life is going. And I'm just a real kind of person. If you sit down and have a conversation with me, this is the one thing I will always say. I'm not the type of person to keep my skeletons in the closet. I carry them with me in a bag everywhere I go, because I never know when I might need to reach in that bag and take one of them out and share that with somebody. That could save somebody's life today. I ain't trying to save one life. I'm going to be real with you. I'm trying to save as many as I can. Come on.
Exactly.
Amen.
So I appreciate you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You all are wonderful. Make sure that you connect with the Women of Substance.
Yes.
They are going to be all over the place. Their stories are crazy dope. These are awesome women. And listen, if you need a mentor, if you're looking for a coach, I think that you got it in these women. So where are we at in Iowa? Yes. We got Augusta. Yes. We got Tennessee. Like, listen, get close to these women. In Texas. Yes, Alicia's in Texas.
Yeah, we all over the place, for real.
I'm nervous. You covering parts of the country just in this one anthology.
I love it. Serious. God is so good.
Thank you for listening and joining us in the live podcast recording for the Purpose, Power, and Profit Society. I am your host, Kymberly Smith, and you can check me out on Instagram at Purpose_Catalyst or on Facebook at Kymberly Smith-Purpose Catalyst. It has been my pleasure to bring to you the Women of Substance, and I hope you enjoy it. And listen, for the replay viewers, this video will be up until midnight, and then so leave your comments. Let us know how you feel, and most importantly, please check out the Women of Substance you're on Instagram and social media.
For me, Star, I am. My company is called You're a Star Too. That's YOR. Know you in the You're a Star Too. You can catch me on all social media platforms that way. If you are looking for We Are Women of Substance, hashtag We Are Women of Substance, you'll be able to find us on our website and just connect with us everywhere. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere. Thank you so much, Kymberly, for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I will talk to you later.
Bye.